This is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So today I want to talk about some putting. So when you're learning to putt, you have to be more mechanical on your putt to learn. What do I mean by being more mechanical? You need to think about what you're doing at all times. Not until everything's clicking can you walk up, look at the basket, set up, and fire. That's an advanced putter. He's learned everything, and now he's, putting, smooth and fast. But when you're learning, you got to be mechanical. You got to think through everything before you putt. So many times I've gone up, I've done my setup, I come down, I'll putt, and I'll throw the disc, and it'll be on a hyzer, and I'll miss. And instantly I'm like, why didn't I run through my progressions? How come I didn't do my checks before I putted? Because I have a routine of things I like to think about, because we don't play all the time. We play on the weekend. So you gotta run things through your head before you putt. So like when you're putting and you set up, take a second to make sure you're actually facing the basket. There's been times when I've missed high left, and right after I putt and I hit the chain, hit high left, I'll kind of notice that I was kind of turned. Like I wasn't even squared to the basket. I was actually turned a little bit with my hips, and I put the putt right where I was facing. So, come in, make sure you're squared to the basket on your stance. When you set up, tell yourself, like for me, I like to putt flat. I want a complete flat putt. So for me, I like to lock my wrist so the disc is up on a force over. So I'll set up like this because I want the disc up, and then I'll lock my wrist to hold it there. So when I come down, see, now when I come forward, it's still here. But see, I got to run that through my head still. I don't do it automatically. So I come up, squared, get myself set, I lock my wrist. Then I put arm tension in my arm, because for me, sometimes I'll come down here, and as I come back up, I want my arm on the inside of my shoulder, right here. And there'll be times where my elbow will get out here. I'll come down, and all of a sudden my elbow's out here, like this. So one of my other thoughts is keeping tension, so I keep my arm here and it won't come out. So it comes in, a little bit of arm tension so I can come straight down my side. Then when I putt, hold your arm there for a second until the disc hits the chains, then analyze your putt. Like if I putt and I hit left side chain, splash out, and I keep my arm here. Well, most of the time my arm is facing on an angle to the basket, and I didn't straighten my arm on the putt. So a lot of times that left chain out is because you left your arm slightly bent on an angle and you didn't straighten the arm on the putt. So you got to pay attention to that. Like, did you hit top left because of your arm not straightening? So you got to look for that stuff. And then it'd be the same thing if you're hitting top right, as you come in to putt, and you come in and you putt and you hit like the top right. A lot of times for me, it's because I start on my left side and now I brought the disc this way on the putt. So I went from here, elbow got outside, arm rotates this way, and now I'm putting to the right side of the basket. So you just gotta pay attention to what the disc is doing on the flight, and then analyze it from there, you know, and correct for the next putt. You know, so for me, like I said, I got my things that I run through. You know, I set my wrist, arm tension. I like to come straight up the middle here, right here. And I know if I miss left, a lot of times it's because I didn't straighten my arm. And if I hit up right, a lot of times it's from swinging this way. So to improve at putting, you got to be more mechanical until you start to get it down. Once you get to the point where you do all your stuff without thinking about it, you know, then you can start focusing more on the putt. But until then, you know, you just got to get yourself mechanical, you know, do everything you can to get that disc out flat. You know, a nice flat flying disc. So anyways, this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha.